unity, love, and life, family, gang, and tribe. What's up? What's up? What's up? It is I am I. Thank you. Welcome to the Think Better, Live Better casting. Woo! It's been a good one, y'all. It's a good one. So today, I'm gonna be reading from the language of letting go. Today being June the 6th. It's actually June the 7th. Yesterday was the 6th. So yeah, nice to see you guys. Nice to be heard again. Today's insert was from June the 7th, is Into Orbit. I read this and it was like, wow, it just started waking up a lot of things in me, and it says a lot about me. But anyway, or a lot about the way that I have been acting or been, using my time here. But anyway, awesome. So here you go. It reads, Into Orbit. It doesn't matter if they're hurting themselves. It doesn't matter that we could help them if they listen only to us and cooperate with us. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. I think I can change him. This is what we say. Nobody's ever really loved him and appreciated him before. I'll be the one to do that, and then he'll change. She's never been with anybody trustworthy before. I'll prove how trustworthy I am, and then she'll be able to love. Another one. Nobody's been able to get to her, to conquer her before. I'll be the one to do that. Nobody's ever really given him a chance. Nobody's ever really believed in him before. These are warning signs, red lights, red flags. In fact, if we're thinking these thoughts, they need to be stop signs. If we have gotten hooked into believing that somehow we will be the one who will make the difference in someone's life, if we are trying to prove how good we can be for someone, we may be in trouble. This is a game, a deception. It won't work. It'll make us crazy. We can trust that. We're not seeing things clearly. Something's going on with us. It will be self defeating. We may be the one, all right, the one to wind up victimized. The whole thought pattern reeks of codependency, of not being responsible for oneself, and of victimization. Each person needs to do his or her own work. Nobody in the past has really understood him. Nobody has seen what I see in her. It's a setup. It sets us up to stop paying attention to ourselves while we focus too much on the other person. It takes us away from our path and often puts us in orbit. Nobody has appreciated him enough. Nobody has been good enough to her and done for her what I can do. It's a rescue. It's a game move. A game we don't have to play. We don't have to prove we're the one. If we're out to show people we're the best thing that ever happened to them, it may be time to see if they're the best thing that ever happened to us. We have not been appointed as guardian angels, godmother, godfather, or the one who will. The help, support, and encouragement that truly benefits others and ourselves emerges naturally. Let it. In closing, God within, help me to go. Help me to let go of my need to meet dysfunctional challenges in my relationship. So help me to let go of my need to meet dysfunctional challenges in my relationships. Ashe, 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 hey. Huh? Into orbit, right? Wow. In the title it says into orbit because you think about like how far off you are when you're thinking like this, right? When you think you can change somebody's life, you know, and Yeah, just thinking you can change somebody's life, with their permission or without their permission, right? It's not you that's going to change their life; it's them that's going to change their life. And like Steve said, everything shows up in perfect timing in order to help you change your life, right? And a lot of times, I may be that cooperative component that is there in order to help them change their life, but not on some ego, I'm helping this person change their life type shit, or some, or, practically planning something in order to, change their life, to make them, to teach them lessons and all that stuff. It's not my job to do it, but my job is to be the cooperative component that the universe brings when it's a natural uh, growing or learning of this, for another person, because I always used to think that, like, like certain girls that I met, like I said, like she said, like she never had nobody to love her like I would love her, or like I do love her. You know what I mean? Like I got friends that are like that. My kids' mom. Like it's just like I want to give them so much. But I guess it's taken from me by trying to be uh almost you know being there for all of their calls, and every time they need me, I can be there for them. And I'm not saying it's not like that, with them, because they're there for me in times when I need them too. So it's all it's mutual, when it comes back. But there are dysfunctions in relationships where people use each other in a sense that and maybe they don't even know it, but right, if you need anybody to make you feel good, that's you using somebody, right? If you need anybody to do anything to you to make you feel better, then you're using that person in order to do that. So yeah, but man, peace, unity, love, and light. That's all I wanted to say. Just pretty much, But so and the into orbit, right? It's just like when you're in orbit about, or you can stay in orbit and don't land on nobody's planet, but you can be in orbit with your thoughts and with your whole self. So just I think it's like really go into orbit, because sometimes you have to see. It says it often takes us away from our path and often puts us in orbit, which means sometimes you got to go into orbit, right? Sometimes orbit maybe I think orbit may be even on the path, because you have to go into orbit in order to look, sit back and see, and then come back and understand that you know only way we can help somebody is to not be dysfunctional ourselves. Only way we can help somebody is to be loving and honest, and you know and completely detached from anything that we expect from them, right? you know Even anything that we expect ourselves around them, right? Except the loving, you know and even when even if we're not loving them in that moment, so now we realize that we're taking on their attitude about it, so we can change our love back into loving, right, when we realize this. So I just want to thank you guys for coming in again. I love you guys so much. This was a really, really banger. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Next time, peace, unity, love, and light. Remember, one who is in peace with oneself and unifies with others in love and in light, and that is prosperity. See, it used to be a pope, but now it's a pool with a P on the end, because it all is prosperity. Thank you.